Here at the Cub, we basically have two different kinds of microphones. Microphones have a lot of different pickup patterns, which tell you where they're focusing sound from, but they also have different mechanical properties too. Your most basic one is our SM58s and our SM57s. They're basically the same microphone except for the top. But inside there is a little magnet and a diaphragm. Basically when you talk, your voice moves the diaphragm within the magnet, and that creates an electrical current that gets carried down the XLR into your board, gets amplified, and then pushes out your speakers, which are also a magnet with a diaphragm. Kind of crazy. The other kind of microphone we have is what's known as a condenser microphone. That's like our SM81s. These are a little bit more fragile. They can't handle as high as sound pressure levels as a dynamic can. They also require phantom power. So the MixWiz, that's the red button at the top, the plus 48V. Basically what these do though is you have a solid plate on the back that has a positive charge. It's called a bias charge. And then you have a more flexible plate in front of that. When you talk, or whenever whatever sound it is gets through there, it vibrates the front plate, and this changes the voltages between the two. And that change in voltage is what gets us our sound.
All right, next we're going to be talking about our 81 mic here. What we're going to be doing on the very top here, you'll notice that it's got a little pad, a little ring that you can actually rotate. And it's a negative 10 decibel pad that you can do on here. Also it has the roll off right down here. It has kind of like it'll be a flat roll off of the low. Maybe you can have it at a kind of softer knee or a harder knee, which is going to be just a quicker cut rather than one that just kind of rolls off a little bit less. And the roll off is very useful when you're miking drums coming from up top. So then it's going to roll off some of that extra low end that you don't really need to be picking up off them. Next on the Willie Grover Show, we're going to be talking about the pickup patterns of microphones. So there's omnidirectional. It means it's going to pick up everything around it. 360 degrees, it's going to pick up everything around it. Then we have our cardioid, which is, it would be coming from like one of our 58s. It's a little heart shaped basically. It's going to be picking up the patterns around. So it's not going to pick up so much coming from the back from it, as it's going to, like the main sweet spot is going to be up here in the face part. And then other ones are like supercardioid and hypercardioid. Those ones, they're going to have kind of the same little heart shape, but they can pick up from the back. So watch out when you're placing like a monitor behind a supercardioid, because it will pick up the send there and you could get feedback from that. So our SM58s, 57s, and some of our Sennheisers are cardioid mics. Our betas are supercardioid. Yeah, so our supercardioid. So when you're watching out for those, be aware of the pickup patterns for those when you're using for different events. And the 81 is our omnidirectional one. If you're doing an event outdoors, the main thing that you want to probably be worried about is using a windscreen, which they go on just like that, and that's going to cut down on the extra sound that you're going to get from the wind just blowing in them.